Is Manchester United back? The Manchester club has been making some incredible moves in the 2024-2025 transfer window. They've signed Leny Yoro, who's arguably the hottest young centre-back in Europe, as we have discussed in another video. And now, they've signed the Netherlands international Joshua Zirkzee, the 6'4" striker who will give them what they've missed since ZlatanIbrahimovic left the club. Will Zirkzee help improve United's fortunes, or will they have a dull first season like the other United striker, Rasmus Højlund? In the 23-24 Premier League season, United signed Denmark international Rasmus Højlund from Atlanta for a fee of around £72 million, after their pursuit of England's record goalscorer Harry Kane was unsuccessful. Højlund at the time had scored 9 Serie A goals after joining them from Austrian club Sturm Graz. United believed that the Denmark international was the answer to their goal-scoring problems. However, with how the season turned out, United realised they hadn't gotten there yet. Højlund did score 10 goals and had 2 assists for United, and has shown some incredible potential in front of goal, but with how he's missed 13 big chances, there have been questions asked about his ability in front of goal. For Denmark during the Euro 2024 qualifiers, Højlund scored 7 goals in 8 matches. He was lethal for them, but not for United. It was clear that Højlund needed both help and competition if he was going to be the best version of himself for the club, and United began their search for another striker, but with a twist, which you'll later see in this video. United decided to sign 6'4" Joshua Zirkzee, who many have called the new ZlatanIbrahimovic, for a fee of a total cost of £46 million. However, Joshua has the potential to be more than Zlatan. Zirkzee was born in Schiedam in the Netherlands to a Nigerian mother and a Dutch father. For Zirkzee, there was only one thing he wanted to do, and that was playing football. So, when he was 5, he began his journey and went all in, as he revealed recently in an interview. He had no plan B if it didn't work out. His family moved to Spijkenis, and Zirkzee began to play for VV Hekelingen before he joined the youth department of Spartan 20 in 2010. Zirkzee didn't rely on what he learned from the football academy. He took his talents to the Dutch streets and played in the Johan Cruyff courts, which were 5-a-side pitches for street football. There, he played with other boys who were bigger and stronger than he was. So, he had to be tough and smart and find a way to keep up with those guys. Zirkzee found a way. He became more creative on how he would use the ball. Little did he know that what he learned on those streets would define him as a player. Zirkzee spent 3 years at Spartan 20 before moving to ADO Den Haag in 2013, where he also spent 3 years before joining Feyenoord Youth Academy in 2016. He wouldn't stay in Feyenoord for long, before the lure of glory took him to the youth setup of Bayern Munich in 2017. On the 1st of March 2019, he debuted for Bayern's reserve team, Bayern Munich 2, and scored a hat-trick. Then, scored the winning goal for the under-19 side as they defeated 1 FC Nürnberg 2-1 the next day. The years he spent at Bayern's academy had begun to transform him into an impressive player. He debuted in the 3 Liga for Bayern Munich 2 on 20th of July 2019 as a professional, and from then on, Zirkzee set his eyes on the first team. However, there was a problem. The competition in that first team was enormous, and there was a player who had similar skill set and ability to Zirkzee, who just couldn't be benched. Of all the people in the Bayern squad, Zirkzee offered something similar to what Thomas Müller had. One of Zirkzee's abilities is the skill to exploit the tiniest of spaces to the fullest. Zirkzee loves to be on the ball, and with a silky first touch, the tiniest of spaces meant he had enough time to dribble and find solutions in difficult situations. This was similar to what Müller did for Bayern as the Ramda, or space investigator, or interpreter of space. Müller's game revolved around finding and exploiting pockets of space in the opposition penalty area, and delivering the most damage. With this and Lewandowski being the undisputed striker for Bayern, there wasn't much space for Zirkzee to make regular appearances for the team. He did make the most of the opportunities he got. Zirkzee didn't score in his debut, which was in the Champions League against Tottenham Hotspur. However, he did score when he made his Bundesliga debut on 18th of December against Freiburg. Zirkzee was brought in on the 90th minute, with the game being 1-1. Immediately as he came on, Zirkzee scored to put Bayern ahead, and they eventually won the game. After 2 days, Zirkzee came off the bench in the final minutes of the game and scored the winning goal against Wolfsburg. He also scored Bayern Munich's opening goal 2-1 win against Borussia Mönchengladbach. At the end of the season, he was part of the Bayern squad that won a continental treble. With these performances when given an opportunity, Zirkzee wanted more for himself, but Bayern were too stacked, so if he wanted to play as much as he wanted, he had to leave the team he pushed so hard to join. Parma signed Zirkzee on loan on 31st of January 2021, and it was a completely forgettable experience for the player. He had an injury and only made 4 appearances, all as a substitute. Still, this setback didn't discourage the Dutch player, and in the 2021-2022 season, he moved to Anderlecht on loan. At Anderlecht, it became clear that Zirkzee would be a star, but he had to work on his physical and psychological profile. Under Kompany's mentorship system in Anderlecht, Zirkzee was able to get the guidance he needed and scored 18 goals and created 13 assists for the team. The Dutch player had taken several steps to becoming ready, and he had already shown he was different. He showed he could not only score goals, but could also create as well. This made Zirkzee different. This made him seem like a Zlatan returned, but more on this later on. After his time at Anderlecht, Zirkzee wanted to fight for a spot in Bayern, but they opted to sell him. He then moved away from the Allianz Arena and signed for Bologna. The move seemed like a mistake. Originally, Zirkzee was supposed to pair with Marko Arnautovic as a striking pair for Bologna. However, when Thiago Motta became the coach in September 2022, he preferred only a striker up front, and he chose the more experienced and lethal Arnautovic to lead the line. It wasn't the first season that Zirkzee wanted, but he too understood there were things in his game he needed to add. "I wasn't ready mentally, not like Motta wanted anyway," he said in an interview with Corriere della Sera. Then, the next season, the 23-24 season, Bologna was in trouble. Marko Arnautovic moved to Inter, and it was now or never for Joshua Zirkzee. However, Zirkzee didn't want to lead the line. What suited him best was a 2-man strike partnership because of how he liked to play. Zirkzee is tall, strong, and physically imposing. He looks like a target man like Zlatan, but by the time the season ended, it showed that he was more than a target man. The player scored 11 goals and created 5 goals in 34 appearances. His goal tally isn't mightily impressive, but compared to Højlund's first season where he missed 13 big chances for United, Zirkzee only missed 4 and has a 57% conversion rate. Zirkzee's real strength isn't in goal scoring, but in bringing players into the game. Zirkzee uses his physique to bring other players into the game. He has an incredible hold-up play which, combined with his passing ability, helps him execute layoffs to his teammates. With this, the Dutch player loves to drop in deep and contribute to the build-up by receiving balls far from the opposition box. Now with his height, the expectation is that Zirkzee could be slower, but he is the exact opposite. Zirkzee has the ability to turn like a shorter striker would and easily change directions to trick defenders. His speed also allows him to run in behind opposition defenders, and he is a great option for long balls. This also makes him an ideal player for counter-attacking football. His ability to come in deep and run in behind is excellent, as Zirkzee loves to dribble. The striker had 4.32 dribbles per 90 minutes in Serie A during the 2023-24 season. To dribble, he puts his body between the ball and the defender when he receives pressure, using his body as a moving screen and wriggle past defenders. Despite playing as a 9, his technique is similar to that of a number 10, and this makes him unpredictable. The unpredictability of how he plays makes him a nightmare for defenders. Thiago Motta saw Zirkzee's ability and played to his strengths. The Dutchman operated centrally and drifted wide when the situation called for it. His heat map for last season is unique, as he has more presence outside the box. Zirkzee occupies spaces close to the wings and also got near the midfield positions. To do all this and still make it into the box to score is simply amazing. Torino coach Ivan Juric even said that after a 2-0 loss to Bologna, that he felt as if he was watching peak Zlatan playing. In that match, as in other matches, Zirkzee displayed incredible playmaking skills, just like ZlatanIbrahimovic did in his prime. Like Zirkzee, Zlatan was good in the air, quick, tall, strong and agile. He plays well with his back to goal and boasts some of the best finishing, vision, passing and ball control around. He is a complete forward who can hold up plays and run in behind. With his vision and silky ball control, Zlatan is an excellent passer of the ball and can also create goal-scoring chances. He would drop deep to receive the ball and set up his teammates to score or create chances for them. With his abilities, Zlatan could play anywhere across the front line. However, there was one thing that distinguishes Zlatan and Zirkzee. Zlatan has been criticized for his poor work rate at times, and this is something that Zirkzee has in abundance. When his team is without the ball, he passes energetically and doubles presses too. For Bologna in the 2023-2024 season, he would often press a defender and easily press the keeper if the defender made a back pass to the keeper. His pressing ability makes him the ideal forward for a team that counterpresses. Zirkzee also loves to battle opposition defenders. It is no surprise that United went all in for him. He has the qualities that will elevate the other players in the team, especially Højlund. If United go for a two-man strike partnership, they will be a lethal team. One of the problems United had in the 23-24 season was that they created 60 big chances with the burden of creation being on Bruno Fernandes. He created 22 big chances for United in the 2023-24 season. Zirkzee will ease the burden on Fernandes and even allow the player to score more goals. Fernandes loves to make runs into the box, and Zirkzee also enjoys drifting wide. Zirkzee could occupy the wings and use his playmaking abilities to create goal-scoring chances for Fernandes and Højlund. United are shaping up nicely. They've signed Lenny Yoro, as we have showed in another of our videos, and have added a dynamic young forward to their attack. Will they win the league? Or will it also be a season of regrets for United? Let us know what you think in the comments. Thank you for watching. We hope to see you in our next video. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and catch our next video.